this is my explanation of my guessed, of my previously guessed Hangman code. So uh, all your guesses that you've already guessed, it'll tell you if you've guessed that already. So let me just show you how it works first, and then explain it. So it says, "What is your secret word?" How about I use the word, I don't know, car, just a simple word, and then okay, what is my guess? I'm guessing that there's a T in this word or something. Oh, my guess was incorrect. Oh, and it says that I've already guessed the letter T before, so I guess I shouldn't do that again. How about the letter E? Maybe that's in there. Incorrect again? Okay, maybe there's a letter C in there. Oh, my guess was correct. Ha ha ha. And it shows all my guesses right there. T, E, and C, and I have guesses. So let's say maybe there's an R in there too. Oh, there is an R. All right, my guess is correct. So this is a good overview of how my code works. If you guess a letter, that it'll tell you if you've guessed it already, or it'll show all your guesses, all your guessed letters so far, and then it'll tell you if you're correct. Like if it'll tell you if that letter is inside the secret word or not by saying if your guess was correct or incorrect. So now let's get to explaining. So this the second line of code, you see that it says secret word is equal to input. What is your secret word? Um, so I assign the value of this input to the secret word variable, and this input says what is your secret word. So it's an input function so that when it's asking what your secret word is, you can input something, and then whatever you type, like how I typed car in the example, it assigned the word car to the secret word variable. I then print a nothing just as an enter um, because I want spaces to see if like what your guesses are, so that it's easier to keep track of what's happening in the code. Um, jump down to line 6, and I create an empty list and assign it to this variable called guesses, and it is there to store all of your previous guesses on the word, on your secret word. Now I will then in line 9 I create a while loop, so that it could keep asking you what your guess is for the word, and then I have it so that while true, the code inside it continues to happen, and because it's true, it's always true. The conditional will never become false, so this while loop will run on forever unless I put a break in the while loop. So then line 11, I have a print function to say your guesses so far are, and then I concatenate the string version of guesses, because right here you can see that the variable guesses, it's not assigned a string, it's actually assigned a list. So in order for me to concatenate that list with the string, well, you can only concatenate a string with the string, so I have to use the string function to turn the guesses list into a string. And then line 14, I create a new variable uh, called guess, and I assign it the value of this input function asking what is your guess. And so that when you have a guess, so my first guess you saw it was T, it assigned the value of T to guess. But since this is a while loop, um, the code inside it will continue to repeat, as I said already, and so the variable guess will continue getting the value assigned of the input function asking what is your guess. And you can see that in the code because it kept asking what is your guess, what is your guess, what is your guess, and I put T, E, C, R, those letters. So yeah, Now in line 16, I put if guess, if your guess, so like let's say my first guess, which is T, if that's in my guesses, if that's in my guesses so far, the list that I created, um, then it'll print you've already guessed this before, so try again. And then I have that slash n for another enter, kind of like up here in the line 3. So that backslash n is so that it enters, so that you can keep track of where you are. Uh, so it says try again, and then nothing in this else code right here will happen, and it'll just repeat the while loop. But let's say your guess is not in the guesses list, so you've never guessed that before. It's not in the list. Then what it'll do is it'll append your guess to the list that is guesses. Um, so it'll add your guess to the list of your former guesses that you've done before. And then line 23, which this is only on the condition that your guess isn't in the guesses, it'll ask if your guess is inside the secret word. And if it's in the secret word as well as not in the guesses, um, then it'll print your guess was correct, and then it'll put that enter again so that you could keep track of where you are inside more easier, I guess. And then, but let's say your guess is not in guesses, and it's also not in the secret word, then it'll print your guess was incorrect, and it'll do that enter, that backslash n again, so you could keep track of where you are easier. And that's just how it works. So let me go over the code as it's working. So let's see. What is your secret word? That's line 2 right there. And I'll just put car again. Oh, let's spell it correctly. And then line 3, you saw it, put that enter. Line 6, it created the guess, but you can't see it. It's invisible. Um, Line 9, it starts the while function, and then it prints your guesses so far are, and then blank list right there, the string version of guesses. And then in line 14, it creates the guess variable. What is your guess? I'll put T again. My guess was incorrect. That means that my guess wasn't in the guesses list. Sorry. That means my guess wasn't in the guesses list, and it wasn't in the secret word either. So maybe let's try a C. Um, what's your guess? It made it gave the value of that input function to guess again, as you saw, when it asked what is your guess. So I put C and then assigned that value to the guess, and it says your guess was correct, which means it wasn't inside. My guess wasn't inside the guesses yet, and then it was in the secret word though. So now let's see, what's your guess? Let's try T again. Oh, I apologize. Sometimes this Trinket.io messes up, loses connection, I guess. So I'll just put the C in there and the T, and then I forget. Did I put the C in there already? Let's try again. Oh, you've already guessed this before. Try again. Oh, okay. I guess I did guess it already. I did that on purpose, but just to test out the code for if my guess is in guesses already. So you saw that it worked, and it said that it was in the guesses already because I've already guessed it before. And so that is just the overview of my code for the previously guessed letters in my Hangman code. So yeah, thank you, and have a great day.